Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So on the Solana chart, we're still in the same situation. Solana has not made a new high. Bitcoin is consolidating a bit. Other coins are catching up. You need to understand that in the crypto market, I'm not sure, everybody's on a different, let's say on a different level of experience. In the crypto market, we often get a situation where certain coins start. In this case, Link, Solana made a start. Aave, Rune, some of the coins we covered, yeah. Then others are following, and we see it more broadly now in the crypto market that other coins are starting their rallies, okay? So you need to understand that once some of them have moved and others are catching up, the ones that moved first just take a breather. And that can be our wave 2 correction. Now it's too early to say if the wave 2 is started. All the comments from previous updates are basically still relevant. Micro support remains at $28. And then this is the larger support area. General main support for moving higher in wave 3 that we discussed is $20. That's support. That's not a downside target. It just means that if the price now breaks below that level, I would turn bearish. Until then, we can give a bullish scenario a chance. However, be aware there's also an ascending trend line that we want to cover. Yeah, 3 touch points here. Okay, this one is not very well defined, but I think it's going to be a meaningful trend line should the price dip at some point to this level. And it depends on when we reach the trend line. So I can't really give you a key support, but I think it's quite likely that the support area will, or that, at least the trend line will cross here through the support area when we reach it. Micro support levels give us a first indication that this wave 2 has started to unfold. There are earlier indicators, however, as well. Should the price escalate above yesterday's high, so above $33.70, then it is very reasonable to assume that we will find resistance at the ascending trend line, the upper boundary line of this ascending wedge, around $36.30, and then could, if broken, travel next to the next resistance at $38.90, even though I prefer a dip, as you know. Yeah, just to get, from an analysis point of view, a better idea of where we really stand, considering the microstructure. Here you can see this is typical behavior of normally an exhausting trend. We've also started to break this trend line. I wouldn't say this is already the signal we are coming down, but as soon as we take out the last swing low, we will have some more clarity. That is here at around $29.50. If that structural micro support is taken out, I think we can talk about, okay, the trend might be broken. Obviously, trend lines evolve, like fib levels, like micro structures. So it might be that Solana is forming here a bit of an ascending wedge pattern, which could, within wave 5, indicate that this is a wave 5 in a wave 5, which means it could still push a little higher, but we are sort of at least watching this structure here potentially. And ascending wedges, they basically, we can call them in Elliott wave diagonal patterns. When they start to break, then it typically is a more dramatic shift to the downside, okay? It just indicates exhaustion. We also see that by watching for divergences. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bearish. It just means the market might need a breather. But at the same time, I can tell you it hasn't started yet, that breather. Okay, it hasn't started yet. It just is getting potentially exhausted. That doesn't mean the trend is broken. It just means we need to be watching if the trend is starting to break. You see that by watching that trend line. If that white solid trend line is breaking, okay, the market might adhere to the dotted line, but it is less steep. So the momentum is declining. We can see that momentum decline. If we go to the, let's go to the 4-hour chart. So 4-hour RSI, MACD shows negative momentum cross. And that just is confirming price action basically at the moment. That just the momentum is slowing down. You see it on the daily as well. Yeah, it's not deep green anymore, but that's too early to say really. If this now starts to cross at some point, then we'll probably come down in this wave 2, but that's way too early. But we see the signals first on the 12-hour, the 8-hour charts. See, if this crosses on the 12-hour, you will find it then on the daily likely as well. But that's just something I observe. They're just indicators. Indicators are always lagging. Price action is the only leading indicator you can really use. And together with that, we obviously use the relevant Fibonacci areas and Elliott wave counts. The wave counts tell us which fib levels to use. And the fib levels are basically just the mathematical representations of market sentiment. yeah, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.